Last video, we got a little glimpse of the past, flower crown, some rings that were exchanged. And today we're going on a date with Alan. So without further ado, let's get into this. The promised Sunday came. Guilty and I arrived at the beach. Wow.
ほら、
Hey,
走ると危
it's
ないよ。
dangerous to run like that. You should
よ
warm
く
up
準
first.
備。
Yeah, I know. We stretched out together and ran toward the waves. I was wearing my swimsuit so that I could finally enjoy the water. I felt the waves on my feet and smelled the scent of the sea. It feels so good. The water was cold and the sand was dragged out by the waves under my soles felt ticklish. As the briny breeze ruffled my hair, my mind finally processed that I was at the beach. It's the sea. It's been so long. The last time I visited the sea was when I nearly drowned as a child. From the distant horizon, I felt both endless possibility and terrifying uncertainty that I might lose everything. If I let myself get distracted for even a second, I'm sure I'm going to get dragged down. I crouched down in the surf and mixed the sand with my fingers. I can smell the ocean. I picked up a fallen shell and tossed it into the sea. Suddenly, the bracelet on my wrist came into view. Oh no, I forgot to take off the bracelet. When I tried to slide it from my wrist, a shadow fell over me.
それは取らない
Please
で。
don't take that off. Guilty placed his hand softly over my hand.
大切にしてるのは
It's
いい
nice
こと
that
だけ
you
ど、
are taking care of it, but it's
それ
better
だ
for
け
you
は
to keep wearing
ずっ
it.
とつけ
But it's made out of rubber, so it might snap and break.
大丈夫。
Don't worry, it won't break
水
so
で切れる
easily.
ほど
Lots
やわ
of
なもの
heart
じゃないよ。
was put into that. How strange. Did he know the person who made the bracelet? I wanted to ask him, but couldn't find it within myself to do so.
ほら、
Come
せっ
now.
かく海に来
We're
たん
at
だ。
the beach to try moving
浅いとこ
over
ばっ
here
かりにい
instead
ない
of
で。
sticking.
こっちに
We're
お
at
い
the
で。
beach, so try moving over here instead of sticking to the shallows. I mean, in her defense, like, if I had nearly drowned a bunch of times as a child, I wouldn't want to go deeper either. I stood up and stepped in further into the water. Looking out at the sea, I was excited, but also a little afraid. I couldn't help but worry about getting dragged down again. Thinking about what invisible hands might be waiting for me in there, I started to shiver.
ほら、
Here, take my hand.
俺の手を取って。
Take my hand. Guilty noticed that I was afraid and reached out for me. I nervously grabbed his hand. Oh, okay. It will be fine. Guilty is with me. With my heart pounding, I slowly walked toward the deeper side. The water came to my ankles, then my knees, and my hips. I'm scared. What should I do if I start drowning again? I closed my eyes, guided only by Guilty's hand as I stepped deeper into the water. Then he suddenly lifted me up. Huh? When I opened my eyes, I saw that he was using both his arms to carry me. He was lifting my head above him as at a height I wasn't used to. I grasped onto his shoulders so I didn't fall.
ほら、
Here, it's not
これ
scary
で怖
anymore,
くないだ
right?
ろ。
He's so freaking caring. It's not fair. Guilty was lifting me up like how a father would for a child. It wasn't intimate or sensual or anything like that, so it just made me smile naturally. Yeah, I don't feel afraid anymore. As long as he held me, I knew I didn't have to worry about the dark cloud or getting dragged beneath the waves. I never felt so comfortable before. It almost made me cry. The feeling I was totally the feeling was totally different from school, Austin, or even Clarice. I felt so secure. I discovered I was able to relax with no problem. With Guilty by my side, I knew everything would be okay. I mean, you're not wrong, but like also you're kind of wrong. Because of like what happened last time, you know, almost dying and all that jazz, and him taking your soul to save you. The sea is so amazing. With all these waves, it's totally different from a pool. My legs floated through the rippling water. The sensation was so interesting. I wiggled my legs back and forth.
じゃあ次は
Why don't you try
海の中を
peeking in
覗
the
いてごらん。
water next? I think you'll like what you
きっ
see.
と
Do you have goggles? Because salt water isn't very good for the eyes. In the water? I looked down at the ocean with my hands, clenching. Oh, he means like look through the water. The surface of the water was glittering in the sunlight so beautifully I let out a gasp. It's so beautiful. I never realized just how clear the water around Lost York could be. Hey, over there, there's a fish.
そうだ
So
ね。
there is. Guilty's laugh caused his shoulders to bob. His radiant smile filled my heart with joy.
サンゴとかも綺麗なん
The
だ。
coral out here is beautiful too. Do you
潜って
want
みる
to dive and see? Yes, as I nodded, Guilty gently let me down. And then he took my hand and gently kissed the bracelet on my wrist. The parted lips made me pause. He just kissed my bracelet, but I could feel my entire body pounding.
溺れると
It's so you
危
don't
ないからね。
drown. I didn't understand how that would help. Also, I didn't understand why he was so concerned with the bracelet. Guilty then took the goggles as if nothing happened.
海水は目に染
Salt
みるか
water
ら
would sting your eyes, so
ゴ
put
ーグルをつけ
these
て覗
goggles
い
on. He was taking care of me like he would for a small child, just like from a long time ago. Huh? What do I mean by long time ago? I thought about it for a second, then just shrugged, put my goggles on, and dove in. But I thought you didn't know how to swim. Wow. Going beneath the waves was like entering a different world. Fish of all shapes and colors were swimming in and out of the coral. So beautiful. I looked over at Guilty, and our eyes met. He was obviously having as much fun as I was. His kind, compassionate eyes seemed as if he was looking at a beloved family member, eyes that I had fallen in love with. Since we were underwater, I couldn't say anything, but I reached out for him. When I touched his arm, I felt like a bolt of electricity run through me, a feeling of connection deeper than that of any pair of lovers. It was like a single soul had been split into two. Oh no. His lips moved as if he was trying to say something. I could see bubbles escaping and making their way to the surface. I felt as if he called my name. Not my current name, but my true name. Dang it, I want to know her true name. The sun was shining bright as I surfaced to breathe. Whew. How was it? Was
ど
it
う
fun? I looked over at Guilty and saw him smiling as he ran his fingers through his hair. It was a different expression than before. The kind of look he only makes when he's off in the distance. Totally random, but Corky Bug, my twin, made food, and I could smell it, and it's kind of making me hungry. Yes, without a doubt, it was fun, but I also felt like I was so close to figuring something out. So I just scooped up a handful of water and tossed it at him because I want him to be his true self. Here.
お
Whoa. Did I surprise you? I'm going to splash you until you surrender to me. How cute. Sure,
か
let's
わいい
play.
ことす
I
る
won't
ね
go easy. They're gonna end up toppling in the sand and making out. He gave me a weary smile and then splashed water back at me. That was cold. Why you? It really was cold and pretty salty, but it was a lot of fun. The water sparkled as it flew through the air and reflected the sun. I realized that I didn't fear the sea anymore. No making out on the sand, it would appear. That's fine. That'd be a little weird. We played to our heart's content. I enjoyed the sea as if I was making up for all the lost time. We ate the sandwiches Guilty had brought on the way here, then played in the sea for the rest of the day. I'm glad they had fun. Before long, the sun started to close in on the horizon. The ocean is just as beautiful at sunset as it is during the day. As the evening cool settled in, we got out of the water, got dressed, and started walking along the beach together. The sand made a pleasant sound as it crunched beneath our feet. I don't want to go home. I want to stay here and look at the sea forever.
海
So, how was
どうだっ
it?
た
Were you scared of the sea today? The gentle tone of his voice told me just how kind Guilty really is. No, thanks to you, I was able to have a lot of fun today.
楽しかった
I'm happy to hear you had a good time.
それはよかった俺も嬉しいよ
I probably didn't get a leg cramp or didn't get dragged into the water thanks to him. However, I couldn't explain why I felt as though I would find myself in constant danger if he left.
ほらごらん
Look, the sun is setting. I looked up and saw the red sun slowly dropping to the horizon. The sunset made the surface of the water glitter and shine. Suddenly, the memory of those hands came flooding back, and the white flower crown, and the entire pretend wedding. I think I must have put on a wedding here when I was a kid. I was just mumbling to myself when I heard a sharp gasp from behind me. Huh? I realized I was being hugged from behind. The hands in front of me were shaking. Uh, Behind me, I could hear heavy breaths trying to hold back sobs. Clenching his teeth, Guilty was grunting softly with effort, enduring an anguish I couldn't see. Was that Guilty? A young man from my memory who doesn't look like him at all, but that look in his eyes is eerily similar. A memory I had for the first time. What was that? It almost feels like a memory from a dream, a memory outside of reality. I felt love, loneliness, and frustration all at the same time. The frustration was from feeling like I couldn't quite remember something and getting impatient as a result. I could tell this was something I didn't want to forget, but I still couldn't quite remember it. He eventually let me go.
ごめん。
Sorry, I didn't mean to hug you so
急に
suddenly.
抱きし
What did he see? It's all right. I didn't want an apology, just an explanation. Why did he hug me? I turned around to ask him, but when I saw his face, I couldn't bring myself to do it because he looked like he was about to start crying. I could tell he didn't want to hear the question, so I just smiled and said nothing. Most likely, I love him because he makes me feel nostalgic and a good kind of strange. Maybe my friends wouldn't call that love, but I couldn't deny that I'm attracted to him. I wanted to tell him he didn't have to cry. I wanted to hug him and help him carry his burden of loneliness. Maybe these feelings would be better described as protection or fondness. But whatever you call it, it's definitely love. It has to be. Thank you for keeping me company today, Guilty. Because of you, I wasn't afraid of the water, and it's been a long time since I felt that way. Thank you so much.
そっか。
Good. I'm glad. Guilty looked as though he wanted to say something, but I couldn't tell that what he said next. But I could tell that what he said next wasn't what he truly wanted to say.
じゃあ、
Well, let's get going.
帰ろうか。
I decided I shouldn't be selfish and tell him I'd be lonely if we went our separate ways now, because I didn't want to cause any trouble for him or make him look sad. Yeah, let's go back. I took his offered hand and we began our journey back. Before long, the sun had dropped beyond the horizon. Hmm. I should be okay from here.
そ
Are you sure? Yeah, my home is nearby. I wonder if he'll stop by. If I ask someone I just meant to come back to my place, will he be mad? I mean, it no, depending on who you ask. But I should at least make him some coffee to show my appreciation. All kinds of thoughts were whirling through my head, and I suddenly froze up. I couldn't say anything. It seemed like Guilty really did want to leave. He acted really uncomfortable, then took a step back, so I gave him a quick bow and said goodbye. Thanks so much for everything today.
う。うん。
Well, I'll be going
じゃあ、
now. I waved at my hands and watched Guilty walk away. I watched his receding back until he finally left. Do we get to hear his song? I love the music they picked for him or made for him. Also, whatever happened to Cupid's bow? I entered the store I entered the store's first floor of the house, threw my key on the counter, and sat down on the bed. I infused power into the bracelet today, so I shouldn't have to watch her closely. Besides, it was a fun day. I wish this could last forever. But the sun set and the day ended. I wanted to be alone to accept that. Oh, I didn't realize how painful it was to leave her behind. She looked as though she wanted to converse with me more, and I wanted to indulge her. But if I gave in to my desire again, then all my efforts would have been useless. I love her. I want to be with her and take care of her. However, those selfish wants would just be a hindrance to my
バ
goal.
カだな。
I'm an idiot. You're not an
そう
idiot.
ね。あなたはバカだわ。
I mean, Clarice, hi. I looked up and noticed glowing eyes in the dark. It was Clarice. You were
見
watching
てた
me?
の。
ええ、
Yeah, I saw you
あな
getting
たが
carried
調
away
子
with
乗っ
her.
て
You
あ
said
の
you'd
子と
stay
遊ん
away
で
and
るとこ
watch.
ろをね。
If I got close to her and provoked her, she might regain her memories. I intended to stay away from her to prevent that. Reclaiming memories from a previous life, that would lead to the soul from this life replacing the previous one. Oh, wait. What? Which means she'd probably revert back to her previous life as Cupid and become a god again. Oh, that's just how miraculous her life as a human has been. Even as even a slight chance in balance, even a slight change in balance, and she could become a Cupid again. That's the true power of the soul of a god. I understood. I understand all that. I understand all that all too well.
わかってる。
I know. I'm going to make sure I never appear
も
before
う
her
二度
again.
と。
それが賢明な
That's a
判
wise
断ね。
decision. If she regains the
キ
memories
ュー
of
ピッ
her
ドの
life as
記憶を
Cupid,
取り戻
she
した
might
ら、
well be
また
forced to
深海に
return to
連れて行かれるか
Celestia.
もしれないもの。
And if that happens, it really is all over. She'll have to work as Cupid until the day she disappears for good. I can't let that happen. That is why I won't get near her. Oh, this is such a tragic love story. The moment I entertained the thought of never meeting her again, I felt a pain so raw it made me consider death a sweet relief. It hurt so much. No, why can't I meet her? I was searching for her so long, and I was finally able to meet her.
バカだ。
I am an idiot. I never felt this kind of emotion when I was searching for her. I wanted to protect her like a father or a brother. I had no thoughts of ever approaching her. Where did this sudden desire to indulge my emotions and be with her come from? It probably started when I fell in love with her thanks to Cupid's bow. Everything started going crazy at that moment. I mean, okay, first of all, you didn't fall in love with her because of Cupid's bow. She fell in love with you because of Cupid's bow. I think you fell in love with her as a result of Cupid's bow because you spent so much time with her. But that's just my theory. Because, you got to know her and got to be with her and all that good jazz. And love blossomed and formed. And now you're just like, I don't ever want to be apart from her. Mwah, ha 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 ha. Anyway, that wasn't the evil laugh wasn't necessarily needed. Loving and being loved as such a was such a fulfilling feeling. I totally lost sight of my
違
objective.
う。
No, that's not quite right. I had no
感情
idea how
や
dangerous these emotions could be in the first place. The day I fell and became a demon, I've been ignoring all emotions. So I had no clue that I wouldn't be able to control them once I did start feeling
マイ
them.
ハニー
Katie, every time I called out to her, the pain surged in my
マ
body.
イハニー
I need to let my love go.
マイハニー
I love you, which is why I have to kill off my own
分かっ
emotions.
てる。
I know I will never appear before her ever again. I once again muttered this promise to myself. Clarice had no words left to say. Looking for lost time.
ジュノがいない
Juno isn't here.
あれは昔から奔放だ。ただ、
She's
人間界へ行
she's
ってい
always
た
been
だけだ
quite
と思ってい
carefree. I
たが
heard she was down in the human realm, but
ついに反応
her
が
ore
消えて
disappeared and her
シ
divine
ングが
artifact
ここへ
returned
帰
to
っ
us.
てきたってわけね。
結婚の神
The goddess
ジ
of
ュノ
marriage
が消え
disappeared.
た
Not just Cupid,
キューピッ
but
ドの
now
みな
even
らず
Juno.
ジュノーまで
Whoa, what?
これは
This is a
由
most
々しき
concerning
事態だ。
situation. We must deal with it
早急に
immediately.
対応しなければならない。
Oh, snap. What happened to my mom? Wait, I don't think Juno's my mom. Juno's the love of marriage, not my mom. That's Mars's wife. What's her name? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Anyways, Juno's missing. I'm no longer Cupid. Ah! Marriage and romance is falling apart in the god realm. A week had passed since the trip to the beach. I tilted my head as I looked at my phone. No reply yet. Last week I sent guilty email, but I hadn't received an answer yet. You're not going to. He must be busy. I was a little bummed as I had proposed we go watch a movie together. I want to get to know him a little more. Maybe a college student is like a child to him. Maybe he doesn't like me. It's not like I confessed to him yet, but perhaps he got bored of me already. I sighed as I looked at my phone and noticed an online ad. An urban legend about dreams. I tapped on it to take a look, and it mentioned an urban legend based specifically in Lost York. Apparently, there's been a surge in dreams that are better than reality according to the people having them.
夢っていいです
Dreams
よ
are
ね。
so wonderful.
裏
They
切ら
never
ないし
betray you, and they always
最
show
高の
you
状態
at
を
your
見せ
very
てくれ
best. Huh? What was that? My heart was pounding, and I carefully looked at my phone. A strange sense of awkwardness, of deja vu. What was going on? Huh? I touched my necklace and felt something metallic. When I looked down, I was wearing a necklace with some kind of bow and arrow design. Huh? What is this necklace? I tried to take it off, but I couldn't. Huh? It won't come off. Seriously, what on earth is going on? What was it? Where did it come from? I was lost in a complete mystery. Well, I guess it's fine for now. I mean, it is pretty cute after all. Maybe it's just the clasps being difficult. I'll ask Clarice to take it off for me later. I touched a necklace with my fingertips and it felt strangely familiar. Oh, Clarice is gonna freak out when she sees that. Oh no! I sighed as I glanced at my phone. This entire past week, I haven't responded to a single message from her since we went our separate ways. But I'm always by her side, hiding on rooftops, watching from a distance. So I know she's sad that I didn't respond. Ignoring her is the most heartbreaking thing I've ever had to do.
早く
I hope she can
ガ
become
エルかオ
closer
ー
to
スティンあ
Lee
た
or
りと
Austin
仲良く
soon
なっ
so
て
she can forget about me.
インキュバス
I
として
don't think that's gonna
彼女の
happen.
夢
Maybe I
に
could
入
enter
る
her
わ
dreams as an incubus. No, that's no
Yeah.
good. An incubus appears as a person that the target loves. If she doesn't love either of them already, then I wouldn't be able to take their form.
難しいな
Matchmaking is difficult.
変結び
After all my efforts, I found myself admiring her ability to connect people. When she worked at Cupid Corp, she never used a divine artifact and still had no trouble with matchmaking people. I recalled wanting to copy her methods, which reminded me to see how she was doing. When I saw her, I felt my heart drop. What? Somehow her Cupid's bow pendant was back around her neck.
なんで
But why? She's a human right now. There can only be one reason. She touched me, so her memories of the past are coming back. Her previous soul keeps getting stronger. She'll become a god again. I have to stop that from happening.
誰かに恋をさ
I
せる
should
より
steal
も
away
先
her
に
memories before getting her
記
to
憶
fall
を
in
封
love with
印した
someone
方
else.
がよ
But how to do that? I can probably find some info about it in the Book of Vanquishing. The Book of Vanquishing was written by a truly powerful demon about gods themselves. It was written in the hopes of someday getting revenge on God, so there must be something about erasing God's memories. But I can only read it in my demon form, and only when I'm alone. I've been committing sins to help speed things along. But I'll have to return to the underworld too. The book can't be taken to any other realm.
待ってろ
Just hold on, Katie. I'll find a way to make you forget about me. I'll erase your memories of guilty and try to cover up your godly soul with that of a human. Then everything can go back to the way it's supposed to be. I need to make up for all my stupid
俺がいない
mistakes.
間
I'll have to ask Clarice to
彼女
keep
の
an
こと
eye
を
on her while I'm not around.
クラ
She
リス
might
に守
complain,
ってね
but even then, she's always been willing to help when it comes to her, probably because they really are friends.
とにかく
Anyway, I need to hurry
急い
back to
で
the
メーカー
underworld
へ
before
帰ら
it's
ない
too
と
late. I unleashed my full power as a demon. It was time to leave her side and head to the underworld. One day during a seminar, I blinked when I saw the form the professor had handed out. A seminar trip?
ああ、今年
Yeah,
はギリシャへ
we'll
行
be
く
going
ぞ
to。Greece, a
あそ
country
こは
full
遺
of
跡の
ancient
宝庫
artifacts
だ
and
から
ruins.
な。
Oh boy, this will be interesting. I see. By joining this seminar, I get to go on such an amazing trip. Yeah, I'm hoping to look forward to this. Willie, Austin, and Clarice aren't in this seminar, so it's a little sad, but I'm still excited to go. My first seminar trip. I'll be a good opportunity to get to know my classmates.
やったー
Yes,
俺
I've
海
always
で泳
wanted
ぎ
to
た
go
かったん
swimming
だ
in the ocean.
ちょっと
Hey,
遺
we're
跡を
going
調査しに行
for
くんだか
research
ら
purposes,
遊ぶんじゃない
not
の
so
よ
that you can have a vacation.
そうだぞ。
Yeah, she's
とは
right.
いえ、
So
せ
it
っ
is
かくの
Greece,
ギリシ
so
ャ
it
か
won't
ら
hurt to bring
水着
your
を持って
swimsuit.
教授公認
Professor
じゃ
says
ん
it's okay.
じ
Then
ゃ
let's
あ
go
この
to
自
the
由
beach
時間で泳
during
げる
our
やつ
free
は
time. The beach. Looking at my phone again, seeing the lack of responses hurt my heart. Guilty was caring and kind at the beach date. I wonder what he's doing right now. Trying to figure out how to erase your memories.
ほら
I brought some
Sandwich
sandwiches.
買ってきたんだ。
You're hungry, right?
コーヒーを買ってこ
You
よう
want
か
me to go buy some coffee? Oh, but I can't leave you alone.
最近
Has
困ったことや
anything
悩
been
みは
bothering
ない
you lately? Oh, okay. Good to hear. He really took care of me. I really don't want to think that he doesn't like me anymore. I don't know where he works or lives, so there's no way for me to see him. My heart hurt realizing what a distant figure he'd become. It would be best if I could just forget about him, but I'm not ready to give up just yet. Maybe if I brought him something special from Greece, could that do the trick? Or maybe this is all one big nuisance for him. I just can't figure out how he feels. It'd be so much easier if he could just tell me if I'm bothering him. I looked around and saw everyone discussing the trip. I tried to show of my feelings down inside and join the conversation. I mean, usually no response means no interest, but as soon as I returned to the underworld, I headed to where the Book of Ancient was stored. I flipped my wing. I flapped my wing, looked around inside.
やっぱり
The air here
こ
matches
この空
me
気は
well.
馴染
I
むな
hate that fact. When I first came here, I was disgusted by the smell of rot permeating throughout, but now it's the best place for my body to rest. That's why I didn't want to go back here, because it would be a disgusting reminder that I don't live in the same place she lives.
早く読んで
I need to hurry up and
戻ら
read
ない
it.
とな
Getting more concerned about her. I asked Clarice to look after her, but I'm still worried. The Book of Anguishing has existed for tens of thousands of years. There are dozens of different editions. It's also written in a demonic language, so it's a challenge to read.
せめて
I wish I was able to
持
take
ち
it
出
with
し
me. Suddenly, I smelled a scent that was wholly unfamiliar to me.
なんだ
What is this? I sensed something
Mjolnir.
strange. The scent was similar to that of a god, but then it faded away.
神が
Did a god come
ここ
through
にい
here?
たの
No,
か
it seems to have vanished. I felt a creeping, chilling sensation in my neck. It was like something was watching me. Then the unwelcome feeling disappeared quickly.
気のせい
Is it just my imagination? Probably not. I looked around, saw a goat's horn, and lit a fire.
そういえば
Almost
もう
time
すぐ
for
サバ
a
トの式
Sabbath.
か
I should leave before it starts. During a Sabbath, the darkness of this world becomes even stronger. The power of the gods wanes while the demons come into their own. The border between the living and the dead becomes thinner. Some know it as, huh. With the Sabbath drawing near, I couldn't help but worry about leaving her side.
あの子にはブレスレ
But
ットを
she
渡
has
さ
her
ないでしょ
bracelet and Clarice to watch over her. I'm
Clarice
sure
も
she'll be
そこに
fine. Unless she's in Greece. Then, Rover, we have a problem. I keep telling myself that, but I still have the intense urge to return to the human realm. I clasped my hands together and looked out at the library.
感情で
Don't let
目的
yourself
を見失う
be
な
blinded by emotion,
Alan
Alan Melville. As long as you return before the Sabbath, everything will be fine. I repressed the urge to return that instant and head towards the library. The most important thing is for me to erase her memories. A few days later, everyone from the seminar came to Greece. Wow, such a beautiful sea. Feels good. Greece is awesome. Yeah, I am walking down the street of Greece with my new friends from the
早
seminar.
くあの海で泳ぎてえな
I want to hurry up and go swim at the
3
beach.
日目の自由時間までのお楽しみだな。
We'll have to wait until day 3 when we're finally free.
じゃあまずはパルメザン神殿へ行くぞ。これは基礎中の基礎
We
だからな。
will first head
し
to
っかり
the
装飾などを見るように
Drama Temple. Make sure to check out all the artifacts
歩
there.
きやすい靴を持
You
ってきていな
didn't
いや
bring
つら
any
は
shoes
こ
for
こで買
long
っておくん
walks,
だ
so then
ぞ。
make sure to buy them now. We began walking toward the temple. Feeling the wind in a new country for the first time, I was overwhelmed by everything. Wow, amazing. It's so different from Lost York. Even the sea, the color is different. Greece's sea was cobalt blue. Suddenly, I felt sharp pain through deep within my heart. Greece sea is beautiful, but I honestly prefer the memory of my beach date with Guilty. When I see the sea, it reminds me of him. I was completely and seriously in love. We had arrived at the temple.
ではみんな、こ
Everyone,
この
please
柱に
observe this
注目
pillar.
してくれ。
Notice the
これ
decor
は
design
ド
in
リ
the
ア
base.
式
The goddess Athena was worshipped here, also known as Minerva, your old aunt. A grimace of a sudden headache shot through my skull. I felt a similar pain during a discussion at the seminar. What was that? I am almost able to remember. I am almost able to remember something.
大丈夫
Are you okay?
時差
Maybe
ボ
you're
ケで
tired
疲
from
れた
jet lag? Yeah, maybe. She must be right. I think it's jet lag. But looking out at the temple was making me feel worried. I reached up to touch my necklace. I need to hurry, but hurry to what? My memories are getting all mixed up. I feel like I can hardly catch my breath. I need to just concentrate on the professor's lecture. I shook my head to clear it and tried to focus on the professor. But then I looked at the temple again and I got a restless all over again. I couldn't concentrate on the tour at all. Maybe she'll go into the temple and fall through
あ
again,
れ
or not.
あの子
Huh?
は
Where is she?
ん
Mm,
聞いて
You
ない
haven't heard? She went to Greece
あ
for
の
a
子
seminar
今ゼミ
trip.
が
Huh? Seminar
ゼミ合
trip? She went to
宿
Greece?
冗談じゃないわ
No way, she
一
went there
人で
alone.
そん
I
な
need
場
to
所
go
行って
after her.
早く
I
追いかけ
was
ない
asked to watch her. Snap, apple, pop, snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies during free time on the third day. I was walking around the city in Greece. Everybody else is at the beach. I declined to go and came to the city instead. I wanted to keep the memories of Guilty within me a little longer. I was afraid that if I went, I'd overwrite my memories of him in the sea. That's why I didn't go. Besides, I might drown again. My time in the ocean was incident free because Guilty was there. I truly believe that. Perhaps perhaps it can all be chalked up to coincidence, but it was a fact that something would always happen to me when I swam. Oh, that mug over there is cute. If I brought it for him as a gift, would he like it? I walked around the city looking for souvenirs. That earring is cute too. Wonder if it'll look good on me. I took the earring and found a nearby mirror and checked my reflection. Then I realized my necklace was missing. Hey, it's gone again. I felt around my neck and couldn't find it. The weird necklace was gone as quick as it had appeared. So strange. It comes and goes like a light bulb about to go out. In recent days, there were times when the necklace would be around my neck and other times when it wouldn't. It was like someone was flipping a switch. It makes it appear and disappear. This was why I hadn't been able to show it to Clarice yet. Whenever I tried to ask her to help me take it off, it would be gone. Maybe I'm just tired. I might just be seeing things. Maybe perhaps the necklace never existed. I bumped into someone and nearly fell over. I somehow managed to catch myself from falling, but... Huh? My rubber band bracelet must have caught on the person's clothes as it snapped off my wrist. The Colbert blue and white band fell all over the ground. You got to be kidding. I need to hurry and gather them. This is my precious bracelet I had since childhood. I couldn't let go of it just because it ripped. Besides, Guilty warned me that I should always wear it and even kissed it. I was hurrying to pick it up the pieces, but there was something off about the person who bumped me. He had eerie eyes. Something is wrong with that person, as if he was possessed. Then suddenly a strong wind blew and I was knocked to the ground. Uh-oh. My shoulders hit the ground and knocked the wind out of me. I raised my face into a burst of wind and froze. I saw the same dark cloud that I'd seen before in the water. But no, this time this was different. It wasn't just a cloud.
ようやくあいつの匂いがなく
His
なった
stink is finally gone. From out of the dark cloud came. It was a demon, straight out of a horror movie.
間抜け
I
な
was
人間
finally able
が
to
や
break
つ
it
って
using a
よう
demon of
や
all
く
things.
あいつの
Man, what a
結界
pain.
をだがこれで
But now I
我
can
らの
finally
里に
deliver
連れ
you
て行
to
け
our.
る
Oh no. No! I got up and started running as fast as I could. But the demon was hot on my heels. What does that mean, Sabbath? I had to go somewhere to run to, but I had to find somewhere to run to, but where? If it really was a demon, then maybe a church? But why am I suddenly being attacked? I didn't have a clue. I did know, however, that it was all over if I got caught. I need to hurry. I need to hurry up and run. You can't escape me. We've been waiting for this opportunity for
こ
years.
んなチャン
It was an
ス
opportunity
逃
we
しちゃ
couldn't miss.
しね
You
え
better give up. I was surrounded by a trio of demons. There was nowhere for me to run. They reached for me, and suddenly the ground split open. Kinder than anyone. Okay, with that, we will end this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm really interested to see if he'll get a chance to erase her memories or not, but we'll find out in the next video. I'm assuming not, obviously, because like I'm going to the happy end and I'm using a guide, a my kitten's guide. So we're on track. As always, remember to eat some food, get some sip and drink some water because you are important to know with your health. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.